didn't even get to shuffle properly. Honey, somebody wants to send you a message. Somebody wants to communicate with you. They want to send you a message. Oh, wow. Because they've got unfinished business, honey. Somebody wants to communicate with you, because this is communication, conversation, expressing feelings. Somebody wants to come in and express their feelings to you. Now, I don't know. Somebody wants to come in and emotionally express their love to you, honey. Whatever they did has caused energies to be up in the air, because this is unfinished business, proposal, forgiveness, reconciliation. Somebody wants to come back in your energy and literally say sorry for how they treated you, for what they did to you. You know, if this person comes in and accepts accountability for their actions towards you, then yeah, maybe if the collective wants to consider it. Here, I am not here to give you relationship advice, honey. All I'm giving you is the divine message. Somebody wants to come in and speak to you. And they're going to be calling you on an unknown number, because this is what we've got, the next card, honey. And the next card, Spirit's got a whole story here today, brethren. Sick and tired. They are sick and tired of being miserable, honey. They're sick and tired of cycling around the same thing over and over again. They are over it, honey. They're absolutely over it. They want to come in and talk. They want to come in and talk and they've got a proposal. I've literally just seen a Page of Pentacles. They want to come in and offer you some sort of contract, like a soul contract, like a love contract. They want your forgiveness, honey. Whatever they did to mess with your energy, to mess about with you, they're wanting to come in and ask for your forgiveness. They're sorry for what they did to you. Because look, the next card that's come out says, look, desire. Because they find you sexy as hell. Because this says self-pleasure, sexual thoughts, intense feelings. This person is having sexual thoughts about you. And they're pleasing themselves to you, honey, which is not always a good thing, honey, okay? Especially when, you guys are not in the same space, honey. You kind of need to know what you're doing before you do that, honey, okay? Especially when it gets to self-pleasing and, those upper realms, honey, okay? And, low vibrational entity attachments as well, beloved. You get what I'm saying? And if you don't, then I'm pretty sure you'll figure it out soon enough. Okay, but this person is almost like they're manifesting you through their sexual pleasure, honey. I don't know how I feel about that, but this is not about me, beloved. They are manifesting you through their own sexual pleasure. They're having sexual thoughts of you, and these feelings are intense. So maybe you and this person have had interrelations before, honey, and you guys, for whatever reason, it didn't work out. And now they've realized, oh my goodness, I actually do desire this person. I do want this person. That person is my soulmate. That person is mine. So now they're wanting to come in and reconcile. Self-love, honey. It says here, loving you, taking back control, finally being happy. They know that coming towards you is literally going to fill their cup over. This person didn't love themselves. They've had to learn to love themselves, like very deeply love themselves. And if you don't love yourself, you become quite toxic, honey. You become quite destructive, quite chaotic. And you very easily sabotage your own destiny, honey. Because if somebody comes towards you with unconditional love, they love you unconditionally, then the other person will sabotage that because they don't know how to hold that frequency and vibration, hun. It's almost like they have to learn to get to that, but they have to first master the art of self-love. Like truly, how does one master the art of self-love? One goes within, angel numbers 424, one goes in and deals with the traumas from one's childhood. One goes in and nurtures one's inner child. That is how we deal with those traumas. And that is how we foster self-love. We love ourselves despite what our face looks like. We love ourselves despite what our body looks like. We love ourselves despite what we look like. We love ourselves unapologetically, unconditionally. And it's almost like this person had to really learn a lesson. And it's almost like your energy kind of like stepped back because you were just a bit like, nah, maybe this person is just not for me. Angel number 0505. There had to be a tower. The tower moment has caused a distance between you guys. And this person, look, they're all literally coming out. This person has been seeking guidance from the Most High in their dreams, because this is saying faith, healing, intuition, and dreams, honey. The Most High has been speaking to them about you. If they did you dirty, honey, the Most High is saying, you know, you shouldn't have done that. Like, you really shouldn't have done what you did to the collective. Which is why this message card just did not want to stay in the pack. It was like, I got a message. I got a message. And look, wow. And look at that. This person's currently leading a double life, making out as if to say everything's okay, but actually they're not okay, honey. They're not okay. Why is that? Because you, honey, their twin flame, their soul mate, their special person is not in their life. Their life is going to shit. Especially if this person did something to you that they should not have done to you, which meant that you had to walk away. Which is why they are wanting to come in and give you a message. They're wanting to come in and give you a message. Look, push-pull energy. It's very toxic energy. It's very narcissistic energy, honey. You know, so be mindful that it's, you know, it's not a narcissistic connection, and it actually is a soul connection. Soul connections don't just thrive on lust and desire. Soul connections thrive, you know, they ignite the activation within, you know, within the collective. You know? And they're thinking of you. And they're watching you, honey. They're watching you and they're hiding their true feelings, but they are planning to do something, honey. They're planning on something. They're planning on doing something to come back into your energy. I've also got the X out here. So it could be an ex that's coming back into your energy. Maybe you and this person separated for whatever reason, and actually, you know, they've realized that actually you are both divine counterparts. But it says unfaithful, love triangle, ex in question. So it could be the ex that wants to come back into your energy, or it could be a completely new person that wants to come back into your energy or come into your energy. But expect some sort of communication, because this person's watching you. Now you can probably feel them in your energy, honey. They're watching you and they're hiding their true feelings. Now maybe they didn't want to accept their true feelings because they just thought, not too sure, no. But Spirit's revealing everything to them. Honey, this person's not sleeping. I've just seen the 9 of Swords. This person's not sleeping because Spirit is like, Spirit's whooping their ass right now. Real talk. Spirit is whooping their ass right now because they did the dirty to their twin flame. Which is why the person, and it's probably you collective, has stepped away. You're just like, no, thank you. I'm just going to stand over here. I'm just going to do what I need to do over here. And now this person's in deep regret. And they're wanting to come in and finish off. They're wanting to come in and apologize. It's almost like Spirit saying they need your forgiveness, honey. Which is why we've got reconciliation out here. It's almost like they need your forgiveness so that they can, almost Spirit saying, be absolved of what they did to you, honey. But that is up to the Most High. That is the message for today, beloved. If this resonated, leave a comment below. Angel number 0909. This cycle is moving, honey. It's closing out. This is what Spirit is saying. The cycle's moving out. Angel number 1010. The cycle's moving out. Everything is coming to an end. Everything's coming to a close, and new energy is going to be coming into the collective energy to kind of like just. So this energy here is a lesson learned, honey.